Oh man, what's going on, guys?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hello everybody. Look at these beautiful burbs. Squishy burbs.
Squishy Birbs. Very soft, squishy Birbs.
Yeah, I know, they're really soft. Remind me of like the Pokemon Center plushes. They're that soft.
Yeah.
So
we just recently finished playing through all of Hatoful Boyfriend.
yep. Sure did.
That was a trip, to say the least.
But I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And got attached to some of the characters, as you can see.
Yeah.
If you watched any of our playthroughs through that.
Might recognize some of them. If not, we've got our Nageki here.
Yep.
The Lord of Pudding, Okasan.
Of course.
And then our basically bird Batman, Azami.
Bird Batman.
I mean, she shows up and like saves you every single time you get in trouble.
That's true.
Instead of a Batmobile, she has a moped.
Yeah. And I like her little takoyaki charm.
Oh yeah, her little squid necklace.
Yeah, that you could actually take off. I mean, and like I think it's supposed to be like a hair tie or like a bracelet or something.
Something like that. I don't know, it's a little big for a bracelet.
I don't know if it would shrink in size though. Is the thing that cord looks like it might.
They're also very round, so it's hard to get them to stay in place. Like, they just want to roll away from you.
Right. Except Azami, she stands up pretty well on her own.
She's actually supporting the whole group here.
Right.
These two would just roll completely off the table if Azami weren't here.
And she's also slightly bigger than the other two.
And she's like a sparrow. She's supposed to be smaller, isn't she?
Yeah, she's like not very...
What is scale, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, I bought these from the Hatoful shop like a couple weeks ago and never got around to actually reviewing them. We didn't do any videos last week. We stayed at the card shop way too long.
Yeah.
But we thought we would show these off because they're really cute and...
They are adorable.
I like them. And... Back up.
Be careful to not knock any of them over.
Yeah. Pick up Nageki here. Yeah, he's got... That's actually not like different fabric or anything. Like that's.
Oh, it's the same.
It's actually like.
Oh, okay.
I guess dyed or colored.
I gotcha.
And he has.
There's a little tail feather there.
Little tail. And
yeah.
so, you know, it's actually tag. Like him, and he's got a tie. Like a green tie, and then
they've got the little tag that has the character portrait. I love that he's like hiding.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be seen on the tag.
There's like Nageki. Mine's got like missing, like some stitching, like embroidering.
Yeah, the stitching, the embroidery isn't perfect.
And he came off like that. He wasn't like it didn't come off after I got it or anything. It was just. That and
see, she is the most stable. Nageki's just gonna roll around.
And you have Okasan.
Lord Putty himself.
And he's got like
sorry, he's got like hair hanging off of him. Or he was sitting on my couch, I guess.
Yeah, he's got like his little. I don't know why.
I'm not sure what that is.
I guess...
They like... Yeah.
His little blushing things, and he's got this... If you can't see it very well,
it's the same color as him.
Yeah,
and he's got his little fan.
Yeah,
he has a fan tail, so he has that.
Yeah.
Feather. And then, of course, it's the...
The bird in a blazer, as we call it.
Yeah.
And there's... So...
And then, like, zombies. She's got some like different fabric in her.
Yeah, I noticed
it's
that.
Like that little white section is like a different.
Yeah.
You feel the difference. Her little octopus charm.
I like how it's making like a kissy face.
Yeah.
But it's like supposed to be an octopus, so it's like.
It's like spurting ink or something, I guess, maybe.
But,
And it does come off. Unlike Nageki's tie, which is glued on.
yeah, it's actually glued.
And you don't get to see this in the actual game, but she does have a human portrait as well. She's a little delinquent in a face mask and like dyed hair.
Yeah.
So like, but she never actually shows up in like with a human portrait in the game. So it's like one of the few times you actually get to see like a glimpse of what she would look like as a person.
Yeah. So.
I would be careful.
I was actually proud of it. They were actually standing up by themselves, like. But yeah, these two are probably my favorite characters. They're kind of tied for first place, honestly.
Quiet bookworm race car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vroom.
And I don't know. Probably be getting. I'm thinking about getting Angel as well.
The fallen angel.
Yeah.
I still think you need to get Lord Wallenstein.
They do make like specifically like
plushes for his delusions.
yeah, like his fantasies. Like you can get like a normal shoe plush and a normal Angel plush. Then you can get like fallen angel Angel and dark sorcerer Wallenstein. Like, and it's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm gonna get the special ones or not, but I think you could get like a 2-pack. Like you get like the angel fantasy pack. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. They do like a bunch of different bundles there.
Yeah, so you could get like a you get both of them, but they're so soft. They're like $15 a piece.
No, they're not like expensive.
What kills me about the Hatful shop is like not the prices of the individual things, but like shipping's expensive, and they ship from like Las Vegas. So I don't know why shipping, because I'm in the U.S., so like I don't know why it's so expensive. Like ground shipping for like these guys was like, I can't remember how much. It was a lot, and like they don't do the thing where like you get free shipping if you spend so much money, because like I ended up spending the whole order for this was like $104 or something.
Oh, with everything?
Yeah, and like because I bought something else with this, so but it's not in the video. That's why it was so much. But like, considering like all three of these alone, like $15, that's $45.
Yeah, $45 just for the plushes. So that's about half of it right there.
So yeah, you stack these plushes on top of each other. They get like kind of expensive, but and like you don't get like free like shipping or anything for spending some, like most online shops. Like if you spend over $50 or $100, you get free shipping. But,
yeah,
like it's crazy. Like that's what kills me the most. Like shipping was like a considerable percentage of the price. I don't know why. Like I said, like it's. I don't know if like shipping's a lot because, I don't know if like some of this stuff comes like from Japan or is manufactured overseas or something.
Maybe.
It might be, and that's why they charge so much is to get it to their U.S. warehouses.
Cover
like,
import fees and stuff.
Yeah, like to get it to the U.S. warehouses like more expensive, or I don't know, like because it's not like a huge shop like a large company or something. You know, it's distributed by like ESC Toy or something, and I think they have like they seem like they're like Japanese or something, but like they have a U.S. warehouse. I guess it's like I don't know, like to ship it to a U.S. warehouse is like more expensive or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna look to see if it does have a made-in sticker. I'm gonna read a zombie's butt here for a second. Made in China, like everything else.
Right.
Unless part of it is like a licensing fee, because they're like their own company, and I'm sure they have to pay for the rights to these to the creator of the game.
That might be it.
Or that might be part of it.
And like I said, maybe just getting it into the U.S. Like I don't know if they imposed a import fee from China or something, like tax from China or something. I don't know if they did. They were talking about maybe having like a few imported goods from China you would have to pay
Like
like a certain fee, like tariff or something. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
I'm not sure if that was all goods or just like steel and like other materials.
I don't know. Like there's.
I didn't keep up with that. I probably should have.
But I don't know. Like I think what you said is more likely correct. It's probably like a licensing thing to pay like royalties, I guess, to the creator of the series. So. But yeah, 3 good Birbs. And I like them.
Yeah, they're cool.
The zombie belongs to him, and I own the other 2. So. And they sent charms with them. Like, I didn't order Oko-san and Nageki charm, but I got them with the toy. But I didn't see on the site, unless I missed it, that the charm came with it. Some of them have it in the picture, like, that they come with the charm.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I didn't see charms. Excuse me. I didn't see charms in either of those 2. So I don't know if they just sent them to me. Like, maybe they have a lot of those and they just sent them for free because they spent so much money. Or
maybe an order mix-up.
Or, yeah, maybe. But I got all the other stuff I ordered, too, so.
I'm not sure then.
Like, if I don't know.
Weird.
If they were just like.
Special gift for first-time customers. I don't know.
Or like. They were just like.
Ow.
We have a ton of Oko-san and Nageki charms here.
They don't sell as well as Creepy Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy Doctor seems to be kind of popular.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the fandom that a lot of people are like attached to Shu, and that's fine, but I noticed that a lot about a lot of fandoms. Like people are attracted to like the more intense characters, I guess. I don't know how else to put that. But I don't know. He's one of my least favorite characters.
Who is your least favorite?
I'm trying to think of all the characters, honestly. Honestly, it might be the main character, because...
Hayoko?
Yeah, like, honestly, I think it might be her, because she just... she just strikes me as one of those, like, really loud, quirky people that, get on my nerves, like...
Especially when she starts yelling about conquering and shit.
Yeah, like... And I didn't realize it at the time, but I felt oddly relieved when she died in the main like,
spoilers?
Yeah.
Probably should have put a warning at the beginning of this, but yeah, spoiler warnings.
I wasn't going to say it at first, but then I was halfway through it, so I may as well just finish what I was saying.
And once you actually, like, get to the true arc, like, at the end... And it's like...
Yeah, and like the scarecrow thing is like kind of creepy. I don't really like looking at it that much. I mean, it's supposed to be creepy.
I would say it's supposed to be.
But I don't really like looking at it. And She just strikes me as one of those real loud quirky people that you like run into at anime clubs and stuff like. Like she just annoys me, kind of in a way. Like I don't hate her, but like she just gets on my nerves, kind of. And I mean, I'm glad you kind of play the majority of the main game as Ryota.
When you finally like get to the real story, you're Ryota instead.
He seems like he's kind of like when we were playing through the individual arcs. Like he was like one of my least favorite of the bird characters because he's like was really flat.
He's like the safe, boring choice.
Yeah, like he's the safe, boring, like route, and like Sakuya pissed me off because he was like an entitled little douche, but like. Oh, I don't really hate any of them, I guess. Just...
I think Saki is probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he gets better if you go his route, but like as soon as you get back from the training, he's right back to being the entitled douche like most of the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I like honestly, if you sit there and you think about the whole game, not really, I won't say none of, a lot of like the main characters are not that great of, I want to say people, but because they're not people.
They're birds.
But like personality wise, a lot of them have problems.
Yes, they do. Like Saki is a giant prick.
The teacher's like
a narcoleptic for one.
Yeah, and if let's just turn this into our discussion of the game.
Okay.
We have well, like the teacher ends up being like a two-faced bastard. Like
yeah, that tries to like yeah.
He's not who he says he is at all.
No. Big twist at the end.
And kind of, in a sense, he is like the exact opposite of Shu. Like, Shu does not hide who he is. Like,
yeah, I was saying that like they're both terrible people, but Shu fucking owns it.
Yeah, it's like Shu is redeemable in the sense that he is not dishonest about who he is. He
lets you know straight up that he's up to some terrible
shady shit. Like some shady shit. Yeah, and like as the story goes on, like not just the main story, like but his route, he like blatantly fucking says like
yeah, like he pretty much spells it out.
Like he just blatantly says it. He doesn't hide it. Like, and then,
in fact, he threatens to kill you like halfway through his like arc. Whenever he's like, when you ask him about the disappearances, and like he's like, "What made you this about that?" He goes, "I just thought they were interesting." He goes, "Well, just leave it at that then. That it would be interesting if you would disappear." Like he basically just threatens to kill you halfway through it.
Like he lets you know he's gonna fucking murder you.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, and yeah, like most of them are not redeemable. You know, Nageki's not that bad, like, of a character. I mean...
His is more tragic. Especially once you find out, like, the reason he kills himself is because he was, like, being used as, like, a biological weapon.
Yeah, and he had a hard life, and, like, it's sad that he kills himself. But, like, he saw no other way to, like... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to do away with himself, basically. Like, like, try to get rid of whatever's going on. Like, the only character you really don't know too much about is the principal. You can't really tell if the principal's a good person or not.
The only thing you see of him is a pre-recorded message.
But I do believe that he fully intended to escape the school before, like...
Oh, yeah, probably.
I do believe that's what the escape hatch was there for. Like, I do... and I think, like, Shu knew about it, and that's why he killed him. Was like, fuck you. Like,
it's like, if no one's getting out of here alive.
Yeah. Except for, I feel like Shu probably would have made it out alive. He knew, like, how to get out of the...
Yeah, he probably would have had some plan to escape.
Yeah, and it's, either that or he just was comfortable with the fact that he would probably die.
I mean, that may be it, because if you play his, like, true end, like, for his route, he kills himself, basically.
Right. So I don't think he fears dying.
Yeah, he's generally okay with... I like it. He's a total asshole, and he's okay with the consequences of being said asshole.
Yeah. Then, like, Oko-san, he just wants to be a god. Like, he just wants to be a god. Like,
he's after pudding. He is very single-minded. He also tries to make out with himself, remember?
Of course, yeah.
Like, Ryota shows him the mirror, and he tries to, like, court himself, his own reflection.
Yeah, he's very primitive compared to the other birds. Like, he doesn't realize the reflection is not a girl bird. It's him in a maid uniform.
Especially in, like, the end route, like, in, like, the true end, he doesn't... Like, he keeps talking about, like, going to save Hiyoko. Like, I don't think he understands the concept of death.
Yeah, like he's an animal. He doesn't sit there and think... he doesn't sit there and think about, like, I'm gonna die. Like,
yeah.
He also tells, like, Sakuya straight up, like, he doesn't understand that, like, Yuya died.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand, like, oh, Yuya's dead. Like...
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some animals do understand the concept of death. Like cranes mate for life. When their mate dies, they usually don't remate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of them understand.
Yeah.
Like, Oko-san doesn't get it. Like, he doesn't understand
really
that.
Doesn't get it.
Like, you know, Yuya's dead, or Hyoko's dead, or...
Mm-hmm. And then... Yuya himself is like a conspirator. Like, he's like the only guy who knows what's really going on, and then he doesn't tell anyone anyway until it's like too late.
That's the thing I think that pissed me off the most about him is if you play his route, he seems like a genuinely good guy. Like, he seems like he's genuinely trying to help people, and like gives you the option of, like, fleeing with him as well.
Yeah.
Then you play the BBL route. I think that's what it's called.
I think that's what it is.
And he fucking helps cut you up.
Yes!
Like, he
helps the doctor dismember
your body, and says nothing to anyone about it.
Yeah.
Until, like, the very end.
Yeah.
I don't know what side he's on. Like, I really don't. Like, he says he's part of the Dove Party, but I legitimately wonder, like...
Yeah, because, like, we find out, like, the doctor is part of, like, the Hawks Party, right?
Yeah.
And yet these are supposedly, like, two opposing factions, and yet here he is working with the guy that wants to kill all of humanity. And
I get that, like, he has to go along with it to an extent because he's undercover, and I don't think he realized... It's like, we unlocked... I didn't show this on screen, but we unlocked, like, notes and memoirs from some characters, and some of the things that you can unlock is, like, stuff that Shu writes, and he straight up writes that he knows a member of the Dove Party is in the school, and he's clearly talking about Yuya. He knows who he is. Like, he already knows.
Never had, like, a working cover.
Yeah, like, he knows exactly who he is. He knows he works, like, right next to him, like, and he's... What is it? Like, you know... I mean, and like Yuya, probably if he is like who he actually says he is, he's working with the Dove Party. He's trying to help. Doesn't know that he has already been found out. Like he knows. Doesn't know that the Doctor knows exactly who he is, and nothing and he's doing is helping, and it's very obvious at the end of the story because nothing he can do like really
Like
helps.
does it?
He protects Sakuya. That's it.
He really does not end up in the end accomplishing anything.
Yeah. He keeps his younger brother from dying. That's it.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best thing he does in the whole game. Honestly,
Yeah.
is keep Sakuya from dying. And a lot of people like him a lot too. I guess because like if you look at his portrait, he's like the pretty Bishonen boy or whatever. But like, I don't think he's that. I'm sorry, I don't think he's that great of a character. Like, he's. I don't know. Maybe my opinion will change. Like, maybe he's more redeemable than Holiday Star. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. We're gonna play it at some point.
Probably around Christmas time.
Yeah, probably in like December. That'd be appropriate. But yeah, I don't think he's that great of a character. I don't think. I mean, I want to think that he was trying to do good, but like, it just didn't go the way he planned, and he just didn't handle it very well.
Yeah.
Like, he's supposed to be a top of the line, like, secret agent, and
he fails.
Doesn't
miserably.
do anything. Like, he doesn't do anything. People are gonna get mad at me for saying that.
Yeah. Oh
like,
well.
I mean,
they can deal with it.
I mean, it's true. Like, it's true. Like, what is? If you disagree, I mean, feel free. I'm not gonna be able to stop you anyway because you're gonna type it out anyway. Like, hey, you bastard, you're just great. Yeah, okay, that's great. You can think you is great, and like, to me, I liked him in his dating route, but like when I played BBL, like I was like, this douchebag
butchered me,
cut me up, and did nothing to like.
Yeah.
He did nothing. Like, he did absolutely nothing. Like, except protect his little brother. Like, that's it. Like, and like, I was completely okay with him. The thought of him dying. I was completely okay with the thought of him.
Yeah, it's like at the very last minute, they're like, oh wait, he's not dead after all.
And I'm like, well, fuck. And also, like, that portrait where he has, like, the blood stain on his chest.
Uh-huh.
Like, he looks like Archimedes from Team Fortress 2.
Birds.
Anyway.
It's filthy.
Like I completely expect him to burst out of somebody's chest. Like
like the creature from Alien.
Well, that's like what happens, like the animation.
Oh yeah,
where you kill the scout. Or
yeah, I like that after they add that.
Like that's like 1 in 100 chance of him doing it or something.
Oh, they took it out of the game completely now.
Did they?
Yeah, I guess they finally got done with that, but I miss having that being a thing in the game. But we're getting off track.
Yeah, we're talking about another game. Anyway, like Ryota's route is boring. But he's
a nice guy.
Like
though.
he's like yeah, and he's like he's not a bad character actually. Like when you play BBL, like he's genuinely concerned for Hyoko. Obviously, like it's his best friend. To the point where he tolerates Sakuya the whole time.
Yeah, like I have to give him credit for dealing with like Sakuya for that whole like storyline. And
like he's obsessed with like revenge, like he which I think is probably like a normal thing for someone to experience what he went through. But like once again, going back, like a lot of these characters really don't have redeemable qualities about them.
Yeah.
Like he is like obsessed with getting revenge to the point where like he is okay with killing Shu to like get it. And like once again, Kazuki is the same way. He like literally shot him like 3 times. Like,
yeah.
you know, like, it was gonna kill him again. And then he was gonna kill Ryota
Mm-hmm.
to, like, get Nageki back or whatever. Like, he didn't understand that he couldn't come back. Like,
Yeah.
once again, a character, like, not understanding that death is a thing. Like,
Yeah.
like, even Nageki understands, like, of course he's dead, he understands, like, that death is a thing, but he's like, dude, come on.
Move the fuck on.
Please do not murder a student.
Yeah.
Like, he's already gone through enough, alright?
Yeah. Yeah, because at that point where he's getting ready to murder Ryota, he's, like, already been experimented on and everything else.
Yeah. He's literally, at that point, a carrier pigeon. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
Carrier dove.
I didn't think about that, but yes, he's literally a carrier pigeon at that point. It's just not just a message. Honestly, like, the side characters are probably, like, better adjusted, like...
Yeah.
You'll have to help me with the name of the cafe owner that you get the part-time job with.
Oh,
It's a long-ass name.
it is a long name. I can't remember at the top of my head, but I could pronounce it if I see it. Yeah, he's very wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I want to look it up really quick. It starts with an N, I do believe. Oh no, it has an N in it. Alright. So it's Kenzaburo Urushihara.
Okay.
Kenzaburo is his name. But he's the parrot. I think he's a parrot.
That owns the cafe that is actually a real place.
Yeah, Torimi Cafe.
Yeah, the Torimi Cafe.
Which is apparently where Azami's bird portrait comes from. Oddly enough. Yeah, like, he's very wholesome.
Just a nice, easygoing guy. Likes to chat with his customers. Treats his employees well.
Like, has no prejudices about hiring a human to work in his store,
Yeah.
despite, like, all the bad shit that's happened in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Which
like,
I kind of imagine him as, like, an elderly gentleman, like, probably in his, like, late 40s or 50s or something.
yeah, his dialogue kind of gives you that impression that he's like middle-aged at least, or like
slightly
over the
older.
hill.
You know, slightly older, like, closer to maybe his, like, silver years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he even has gray feathers.
Yeah, like, he's
kind of like
he's, like,
gives
bluish
that
gray,
impression.
so... And, like, you know, he probably, like, remembers that shit.
Oh yeah, he's got to be aware of all of that. So the fact that he doesn't even bat an eye when you walk in and ask for a job, and is like, "Oh, sure, come on in.
Yeah, like,
Can you start tomorrow?"
He actually sees it as a blessing, because he's like, oh, wow, you're like a human, you can lift things and move things
You
that
have
I can't.
hands.
Yeah, like, you can do that. And like, even like Blaster is not a terrible person. Like, he abandons his squad, but, like,
I love the fact that his gang is a gang that is based around, like, respecting traffic laws.
yeah, like, that right there tells you everything you need to know about
He
him. Like,
led a gang of law-abiding hooligans.
yeah. And like, the janitor is, like, super wholesome.
Yeah.
Like, actually think, like, and like, way better at his job than, like, Yuya is, because I don't even think Shu suspected that the janitor was even, like...
Like, no one suspected the janitor.
Yeah. And, like, extremely wholesome, is, like, suspicious of you at first, but then, like, once he figures out what you're trying to do and trying to help, he's like, come to my office anytime and just chill. Like, you know.
My office is a safe house.
Yeah, it basically is. And, yeah, I agree. Like, I do believe, like, a lot of the side characters are more well-adjusted than the main cast. But, I mean, at the same time, you could sit there and think that they're, like, almost too perfect. Especially considering for the world they live in. Yeah. Like, and the main characters are more realistic in the sense that they have struggles and personality issues. And
I love that, like, every time Azami shows up, it's to save your ass.
Yeah.
Like, she, when you get lost, when you run, she, like, gives you a ride back home.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you get harassed by, like, the
punctions.
The punctions, the punk pigeons. Like, she shows up, like, and starts, like, kicking their ass Batman style. Mm-hmm. And, like, if you, depending on your answer in the cafe, she'll kick Blaster's ass.
Yeah, for being an asshole.
For being an asshole and abandoning everyone. And then, like, later on after that, like, she helps you fight more punctions again. When they come back for round 2, like, every scene she's in, she's beating the crap out of someone pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, almost every scene.
So, about, the quail guy.
Oh, the pheasant. The very gaudily colored pheasant.
Yeah. I really don't know what to think of him, honestly, because I don't know.
He's just kind of there. Like, nothing really leads up to him.
And yeah, that's the only character I don't really know what to think of. I surprised the hell out of me that he's dateable.
Yeah. Apparently he's some kind of arms manufacturer, designer.
Yeah, like, I guess he worked in that lab with
Shu.
Yeah. They have some kind of thing going on, and maybe we'll find out more about it. Try not to look into it too much. I don't want to spoil, like, the second game or anything, but I don't know what to think about him. I think it's so weird that he has, like, a more fleshed out and what do I want to say? Like, a more... Like, you get more closure with his ending than you do with, like, almost anybody else you date.
Because he doesn't kill you or run off or...
Like, it kind of implies that y'all live, like, a happy life together.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess that's true for all the endings except for, like, a couple, like, obviously can't live a happy ending with Nageki, you don't with the teacher.
Yeah.
Like, not with Kazuki.
Not with Shu.
Obviously not with Shu.
Ryota, I'd say, yeah, you kind of do.
And I think, like, Sakuya, his true ending, you probably do.
Yeah, because he actually lives in the cave with Yoko at the end.
You live, like, the best ending with Lord Putty because there's no more of anything except pudding.
He just ascends to godhood and turns the planet into pudding, and that's it. Everything's done.
And literally, she says, like, everyone's heart is full of pudding, but I don't think she means it figuratively. I think she means, like, everyone's made of pudding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I kind of get the impression that, like, Okasan True Ending pretty much ends the world. It's like a confectionery apocalypse.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, if there's no more war and no more hatred and, like, everybody just kind of lives, like, loving pudding is... I mean, yeah, your free will's pretty much taken away, but I mean, like, everything else bad is gone, too.
I kind of imagine it like the ending of, like, Evangelion, where everyone's turned into, like, that orange, like, liquid LCL or whatever, or just, I like to call it Tang.
Tang!
But it's this. I kind of imagine that, like, Okasan's tuning is just like that, except instead of like it's pudding instead. Everyone is just, like, reduced to this endless sea of pudding.
So, like, basically instead of, like, Tang, it's Jello.
Yeah, kind of like that. So, like, he ascends to godhood, and everyone is reduced to pudding, and that's, like, the end of it. Which, now that I think it was, like, probably, like, the worst ending, then, if that's what actually happened.
It could be, like, arguably the best ending or the worst ending,
Depends on how much you like pudding.
Well, it depends on how you look at it, but I mean, like, if no one knows any better, Is it like a bad ending? But if they do know better, it's probably a terrible ending. Like
yeah. Like that's always how that's like how I interpreted like the Lord Putty ending is that he just reduces everyone on the planet to like a pudding like state.
I feel like we're missing a few characters here.
Yuya just runs off.
Yeah, he just runs off.
He either leaves with you or without you, depending on which way you.
Yeah, he bounces either way. And then of course there's the bad ending where they kill you, which is
technically not even just like exclusive to Yuya. It's anyone's like.
Right.
If you just fail to meet the requirements.
I got it trying to play through Shu's ending, and then like the quail dude showed up, and then I rejected him, and we weren't really going anywhere with Shu after that, so like I died.
So the hawks showed up and murdered you.
Which is it took me a long time to get that ending. I thought like that would be one of the easiest ones to get, but I mean it's not as easy as it seems. You actually kind of have to work a little bit at getting that ending. Which it's kind of a good thing, like that you're just not dying at every corner and getting shit.
Yeah, like every single bad decision doesn't get you killed.
Yeah,
it's like you're not forced to like save scum through the game.
And that and like I heard that like BBL. Like, for the version we have, I guess it's like the HD version of the game, and they took out the option to, like, die or fail that route, so, like, you are going to, like, complete the story no matter what. But apparently in the original release of the game, you could die or fail.
Oh, huh. Interesting.
Because we did make some decisions during that game, and I do believe, like, we probably would have made some bad ones.
Oh, I'm sure we would have.
But yeah, overall, like, I think it's a good game. Like, it's one of the most fun I've had playing a game in a long time. I've never played an Otome game.
It was far more interesting than I imagined going into it.
Oh yeah, like I thought it was. Like, I feel like everybody is probably like this. They think it's going to be a stupid, silly game, and to a point it is, and then, like, you realize it starts out being, like, a light-hearted, pigeon dating simulator, and it turns into like
these weird little clues throughout. Like, wait a second, what?
Yeah, like the broken buildings.
Like when you first meet Azami, you get that like those different scenes flash by, and like one of them is like this ruined city, and you're like, hold on a second, and it's never addressed until you get to like the true ending.
Yeah, then you find out what really happened, and like you kind of get clues like with the pheasant guy. I'm sorry, I cannot like remember his name.
It's some ridiculously long name.
Yeah,
and he doesn't show up often enough to really warrant remembering it.
He has a plush though.
He has a plush.
But with him, he is like you find out like there were. You know, like that. You find out that he worked in like a weapons manufacturing thing. So, like, you kind of almost at that point understand that like there was like probably a war at some point. Like if they have weapons, they were probably fighting. You know, and like Yuya kind of spills a lot of. Like the fact that there's like political unrest.
Yeah, there's like two factions that are like vying for control.
And other than that, you don't really hear too much about it. I mean, like you said, there's little clues here and there. If you're paying attention, you kind of know something more is going on.
I like how, like, Okasan is like an experiment.
Yeah.
Like, the doctor, that's why he runs so fast, is the doctor is, like, feeding him steroids and shit.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if that's why he's there. Like, if maybe he wasn't one of the smart birds, and he was just, like, some random that was picked up off the street by Shu, and just fed shit until he was like, he's got some rudimentary functioning abilities in society, let's put him out there and see what happens.
Either that, or maybe, like, he was, I hate to say it, but stupid but strong to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
maybe he just had a lot of stamina or a lot of strength to begin with, and Shu took notice of it and was like, oh, okay.
We can work with this.
Yeah, like... Because, I mean, if you think about it, he was probably a candidate over Ryota to, like, be, like, the carrier of the disease or whatever.
Quite possible.
And,
because he probably wouldn't even realize he was carrying it.
Yeah. And, like, considering his insane strength, because he was talking about wanting to find somebody who would not easily succumb to being sick, you know?
I think the reason he didn't choose Opus on it because, like, where he was so, like, athletic, he probably had a hell of an immune system.
Oh, yeah.
So he probably couldn't carry it because he'd basically kill it off before it could actually get to, like, spread to anyone.
Yeah.
He even, like, has to, like, weaken Ryota's own immune system to get him to carry it.
Yeah, because Nageki was, like, frail to begin with.
Yeah.
Which kind of implies that someone with a healthy enough immune system could probably fight it off.
Yeah.
Like, they say there's no way to cure it, but...
You can probably just...
weaken it.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like HIV medication. Like, it doesn't kill the virus outright, but it weakens it so much that, like, you don't really spread it, or you're not likely to spread
Or
it.
it's something like... Maybe the virus, something like the common cold, where, like, there's no real cure for it. People do die from it.
Yeah.
But, like, your immune system has gotten really damn good at fighting it, so...
Right. But, yeah, I mean... The thing I think that trips me off the most is, like, how well, like, Kazuki and Shu are getting along at the very end. Like...
Yeah, that's weird considering they hated each other like moments before that.
I mean, I know there's been considerable time passed because they had to research a cure for Ryota.
Yeah.
Which they apparently found.
Yeah, in like 3 years, I think I said.
Right, yeah.
Like, I think that was damn quick.
Yeah, to reverse engineer a deadly virus that caused a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, you know... that I like, you know, I understand that Kazuki or Tori or whatever you want to call him probably feels guilt for attacking him, but he fully intended to kill him and Ryota.
Yeah.
And he's pushing him around in like a wheelchair, which pretty much means like if it's been like 3 years or so, like the doctor's pretty much crippled.
The doctor's probably been paralyzed, yeah.
So, I don't know, like, I still believe, like, two people like that in those situations could just turn their lives around like that.
Yeah.
At least not that quickly.
Yeah.
To me, like, the doctor seems like he's, like, the embodiment of 4chan. Like, he's like, I'll just do it to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I don't know, like, how influenced he is by the Hawk Party. Like, I believe he works with them because they can fund his interests, but I feel like his interests are mostly his own.
I'd say that's probably a really accurate, because remember, they come after him in his ending.
Yeah.
So he really, I think, doesn't have any so much allegiance to them, as he just kind of tolerates them so that he can secure funding from them.
Right. So, I don't know, like, maybe he just didn't really want to kill all of humanity like they wanted to, but they were like, well, they could fund my scientific research.
My other interests.
Yeah, like, my scientific research as much as I want, because, like, I feel like he's like one of those characters, like, my true love is science. Like, I don't love anything else.
I think he actually says that in the
he
game
does,
at one point.
So, like, he just really loves, like, whatever fulfills him, like...
Yeah.
You know, like, whatever makes him feel good. Like, he's trying to be like Ryota's dad. Like, he wants to be that good of a scientist.
Yeah.
Like, that's what fulfills him. Like, is wanting to be like that. And, like, which is another reason why he probably took, like, interest in his son, too. Because he's like... oh, well, you're related
'Cause there was,
to
like,
the dude that I loved and
a
respected.
connection there, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, you're like... So, I don't know, like I said, most of them were not very redeemable in terms of their actual personalities, but I don't know, I think that's why I like Nageki and Oko-san the most, is because, like, I don't really see too much wrong with either one of them.
Just a poor dead Birb and the bringer about of the pudding singularity.
The pudding apocalypse. No, like, if I don't know, if I got any more of them, like I said, I might get Angel. Like, actually, that's the character we haven't talked about really yet, is
yeah,
Angel.
because he kind of just, he gets that one route, and that's pretty much it.
Well, he does show up in BBL.
Crashing through windows repeatedly.
So, like, Angel is, he's super interesting because, like, the hallucination thing, like, where he just deludes people's, like, perception of reality. Amazes the hell out of me, honestly.
Yeah, I love that, like...
And honestly, without them, they would have not found Shu, because he was just, like, yeah, Angel's, like, off in his own little world, like, oh, this is an RPG, oh, let's do this, like, you know, like... But then, like, at the same time, like, his instinct is right, like, every single time. Like, the way they should go and what they should do, and... You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like... I don't know, man. He ultimately ends up being, like, one of the heroes. Like, he fulfills, like, his own prophecy of wanting to be, like, a protagonist or a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he fulfills that, like, want to be, like, I don't know. He cracks me up.
He never enters through a door, always through a window.
Yeah.
You always know he's coming, because, like, right before he shows up, you hear a crash.
Yeah, it's, like, the opposite of Oko-san. Like, before he leaves...
Like, whenever Oko-san leaves, you hear, like, a car noise.
But, like, whenever you hear, like, dishes breaking, like you said, like...
Here he comes.
Yeah. Which I think is, like, literally the sound effect, where it's, like, a bunch of dishes just being dropped on the floor.
I think you're right.
I fully expected it to be the Scarecrow, like, in the old building, like, but then it was Angel that showed up, and I was like, okay. which, like, actually, that kind of begs the question of, like, was, like, the Scarecrow just obvious, like, wandering around the building of its own accord, or was, like, Shu just making it go places? Because, like, sometimes it just... Like, you would think, like, they would have randomly encountered it more often.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or, like... Because, like, every time it showed up, pretty much, they had been, like, talking where Shu was around. So, he knew where it would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it could just walk around on its own. You'd think that would expend a lot of energy.
Yeah, although it does... I kind of also think of this as, like, it's using Hayoko's brain, and we know she wasn't the smartest.
Right.
So there's that, but also, like, it seems like when it shows up, it's constantly trying to say something.
Right.
So I think it's following Ryota around specifically because, like, it recognizes him.
Right, because, like, they have, like, arguably the best connection in the game. Like, no matter who you pursue, they have known each other the longest.
Yeah.
And, like you say, he's, like, the safe, boring boyfriend route. Like, the childhood friend that you fall in love with or whatever, you know. Like, I agree. I think it is following Ryota around, but at the same time, like you said, it's not the smartest thing. So, like, and it doesn't know... I don't think, like, it can understand, like, because they can outrun it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it can't understand, like, when they're talking, like, I don't think it understands, like, if it were to overhear them say, okay, we're going to go here next.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it could, like, process that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, and a lot of times whenever it shows up, like, I think Shu, like, sends it in their direction, because, like, they're meddling anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, you'll either succeed and figure, which I think he wanted them to. He actually did want them to. Like, you'll either succeed in, like, what I want you to do, or you'll die and it's no skin off my nose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care either way.
It won't ruffle his feathers.
Right, yeah, exactly. There you go. I don't know. I feel like we're forgetting a character. But I don't know. I can't really think of who.
I'm trying to think of who as well, like we've talked about.
Yuya, Sakuya, Shu, Kazuki, Nageki, Angel.
Pheasant Dude.
Yeah.
Blaster. Azami. The cafe owner.
The janitor.
We even mentioned the punctions.
Yeah.
I don't think we've forgotten anyone.
I just get the feeling that we are, but maybe we're not. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's different. It's a different game for sure.
It is very different.
Didn't end up the way I expected it to. I mean, I was on the right track a few times with some stuff, and then like it just went full blast, and some stuff that I didn't even expect, and I guess we don't know too much about Ryota's dad either. Kind of hope we learn some stuff about, I don't know, like about him. Kind of like more about his relationship with Shu, and I don't know who else really. But
Boop.
But yeah, I like these guys. I think that's pretty much it. Game blew my mind sometimes. And we blew Hiyoko's mind, literally. We fried it.
Put it in a robot.
Yeah. But, yeah. I'd play it again. Probably not the whole route, like the whole thing, because that's like a 3-hour thing that we did, and I didn't expect it to be that long. I'm glad we made it its own video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll play Holiday Star in the future, like he said, probably around holidays. Around
Just
Christmas
makes
time.
sense.
Yeah, it's obviously Christmas themed. I don't know if or how much connection it has to the first game.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's like a true sequel or if it's just like a...
Well, I mean, if it's a true sequel, then that means Hiyoko can't really be around. Because she's a brain and a scarecrow.
Actually, she's a spirit now.
Yeah, she's fucking dead.
But, yeah. We might show off some more Hatful merch if I buy any more. Like if I decide to get the Angel plush.
Yeah.
Show it off. Or whatever. I think this is what we'll do. Like every time we play a game, we'll have like a little discussion on it and
Sounds good.
talk about our thoughts and me hear some of our thoughts in the playthrough, but now that we've had time to digest.
Like, digest what the hell just happened at the end of that.
Digest you.
Oh, we didn't even mention that. Shu cooks him and feeds him to Hiyoko. We knew that's what it was, too. Like, the moment he shows, like, oh, what is this? I was like, oh, no. Oh, no.
But yeah, man. Super fucked up.
Yeah.
Nah, super fucked up.
Weird game. Alright.
That's good, though. I liked it. I like how big her beak is compared to everyone else's. Like, it's huge. I mean, obviously. God, she is, like, one of the cutest ones, I think.
Yeah. Little takoyaki lady.
And, but
So, now we'll have to figure out what we want to stream in the meantime.
we have some stuff we can upload
Yeah.
and whatnot. So
Right, so, yes, is that the end of our analysis for right now?
yeah, I think so. We'll figure out something else to play. Start uploading.
Yeah.
And like I said, look forward to Holiday Star this holiday season.
This holiday season.
Coming
soon.
It's gonna be Birbs Part 2.
More Birbs than you can handle.
The Pudding Apocalypse.
Alright. Later, everybody.
See you later, man.